Today we're looking at mental health, and we start with a song. I've got joy like a fountain, joy like a fountain. Got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. And mental health issues are, very complex. And of course, if you look at Simone Biles, the US gymnast, Naomi Osaka, who refused to give press interviews and had to pull out of the tennis tournament, citing mental health issues. I know people, you see a huge divide, people criticizing, particularly Simone Biles, saying that she's using that as an excuse and all of that. The issue with mental health is that it's not something that shows up in people's faces, but they can have demons that they're dealing with in their mind, and it can actually become very deadly. So you can see someone, they look very well put together, then tomorrow you hear that they've taken their own lives. And I think if you look at the Passion of the Christ, the movie paints a very graphic picture of what Judas was going through, where you see a lot of cutaways showing him being tormented after he had betrayed Christ, until eventually, like it's recorded in Matthew 27, verse 5, then he threw down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself. So one has to, take a very sympathetic view of these kinds of issues, because people can actually be going through a lot, depression, emotional turmoil, which can actually have very deadly consequences, like you pointed out. But I think what we need to bear in mind is, God is always our sufficiency. And like we started by singing, the joy of the Lord is actually our bread. God has given us joy and peace. Psalm 16, verse 11, you will show me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. So let's not ever even begin to think that we're self-sufficient. We are not self-sufficient. God has made it in such a way that we become dependent on Him. And I think this is the best approach, is to accept Christ, become dependent on God, so that you can have that joy and peace, so that, you are not just well put together physically, but you're also well put together spiritually, which will then translate to, fulfillment, and a life of joy and peace.